since we started this season of CVC, it has been just all out racial problems everywhere, or talk about race or in anything. And I would love just to be in a global world where just you are what you are, and then y'all get along, and that's just the hippie in me. That's not realistic, apparently. But anyway, white Christians are now a minority at 46% of Americans. This is Ashley's story. So, like, what do you? This is crazy.
What is your idea on white people?
Yeah. Do you think?
Do you have a problem with a white person?
Do you think that number is too low or too high?
Okay, I'm on the spot. I don't know what to say. No, I read that. I actually saw it on
Time magazine.
No, I saw it somewhere else, and then I searched for like more in-depth sources and found
better
Time
source
than our local news channel.
Fair enough.
But I was reading through the actual article, and it was kind of interesting to see some of the numbers. How I think it said like 80% in the 1970s were considered white Christian.
White Christian.
However, now we've dropped to 46%, which is according to the study that was done between 2016 and 2017. So that's pretty recent, and there was over 100,000
in the sample.
In the sample size, which is also a good chunk.
That's a good size.
And it looked like they had all of the states represented. So, I thought that it was interesting. We've talked about the evangelical right wing Christians coming.
White wing is about right. Yeah, white wing.
Yeah,
white wing waist.
Becoming a minority, and here it is. You found that. I don't think that it matters that you're black or white. The fact is that Christianity itself,
that's the kicker for me.
I don't want to say dying, but it's dwindling within our society.
Yeah,
and there's become a lot more. On this study, it wasn't even atheists and agnostics, like a lot more just unaffiliated. And I don't know if that means, like we were talking about earlier, where you were with the empty the pews stuff, like people were mad at the church, so they walk away, and they still might hold some of those values, but they're like, I'm done with it all and pack my bags. And I don't know if those are the people that's unaffiliated. Or if they're...
But they've definitely quit identifying as Christian.
Yeah.
So, it's very interesting because, there was a time when everyone was just nominally Christian. They like, even if you don't go to church, like, I'm a Christian. Now people are okay with not even identifying as that. And the problem that I see, I don't care what people do, but the problem that I see here is that certain groups in Christianity are going to go look at this number and go, oh my gosh. There's going to be a great falling away before the end. The language that
I think most of them actually wrote that Nashville agreement.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. And instead of saying, "Wow, maybe this is a reflection on us," they go out and write something like the Nashville Statement, which is going to just push everyone further away from them. And so I think in 10 years, 46 goes to 29 pretty easily. Mm-hmm. And I hate that.
Probably.
I'll still be a part of the 29, but I can see it dwindling.
Keeping the dream alive.
I'll keep hey, man, I still want to go to heaven. So
everybody wants to go to heaven,
but that's only
wants to die.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know about it.
So this is strictly speaking to white Christianity, right?
It was a study on all religion
in
general. It wasn't like just a Barna group, which there's nothing wrong with Barna group. They did great work. But it was across the board. It had Jews, Muslims, and like it was just a religious survey in general. And so maybe that was the kicker. They had more options to pick from. I don't know.
I think Christianity's in and of itself is kind of plummeting just because I think a lot of people turn more to all the information we have now is say, well, we have all this information. Why do I need faith? Why do I need a belief in God? We know how things work, kind of, for the most part.
And there's other things people can do with their entertainment dollar besides tithe. Mm-hmm. That sounds terrible, doesn't it?
That's true.
But that's how our society views
That is how our
things.
society is. I mean, I look at like my family, and a lot of us grew up in very Christian families. You know, I've got family that grew up. I mean, they were very poor, and church. They would have church on Saturday evening. They had church service, two church services on Sundays, and probably a Wednesday night. And so a lot of church services every week because that was the only thing to do. There's no TV. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to do. So it's just as much. It was just as much as a social event and an entertainment venue, as well as a spiritual connection.
Right.
So none of those things are bad, but now people's time has been taken from them. So they're either working more or...
When I was, after I graduated high school, I moved to California for about 6 months or so. And it was a culture shock from moving out of the Bible Belt where everybody went to church all the time. And like, that was there was nothing else. I remember being completely shocked when I was talking to a coworker and said something about Christianity and the song Jesus Loves Me, and they looked at me like, what's that? I've never heard that song.
Wow.
And
Felt
that
the
to me
flames
was just like, oh my gosh, you don't
underneath
know Jesus loves me? And, but, for American culture, I feel like that is more a norm than our Bible Belt culture. And when I came back, it took some getting used to again to put those, I don't want to say blinders, but to go from that one extreme to the other. And
I can imagine.
And see that perspective change. I don't know. It was hard to step back into a place that only had Christianity and realize that that's not reaching all of the people.
Right.
There are places that people have no idea.
She went from the Bible Belt to the hipster belt.
Right.
And both of those belts make suspenders, and Mexico is our pants.